Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joel Duggan and this is the LEGO Let's Chat Friday. Brought to you by Hunter555 and my birthday, which was at the end of April. But this was one of the sets that was sent in by the lovely community. This particular set was sent in by Hunter555, who you may recognize as one of the mod sauce experts in the chat. They've been busy lately. I haven't seen them around, but I know they are a streamer themselves. They sometimes stream from Infinity Cove, my patron server. But we are continuing with the Star Wars theme. Last week we finished up the Mandalorian and Child set. We built Grogu, which was very cute. This set is... I don't know how much bigger this set is. This is a little bit bigger. It's a little bit of an older set too. But it's minifig scale, so this is going to go along with the minifig scale X-Wing that I have as well. There's going to be a TIE Fighter pilot, Annihilate, or N1L8, the Imperial droid, and a Stormtrooper inside the box. And it has a way to kind of get into the TIE Fighter. Obviously, it has the playset action. I never use those because, of course, I lose the pieces. A lot of these just get displayed. I also remembered to open the box before I started streaming, and so it's ready to go. Oh, it's a decent sized instruction booklet too. That's it. Nothing else inside. There. 2, 3. Well, I know where we start. I'm a smarty pants today. I am indeed. Need a smarty pants today. I was very tired yesterday, and I didn't get to sleep super early, but I went to the gym early this morning and had a good workout, and I find that usually starts my day off right. I just can't seem to get there every single day. Plus, sometimes it's good to listen. You know, like if you're tired, like really tired, it might not be the best idea to go to the gym. Sometimes you need to listen. Like all the progress from the gym happens on the rest days, so. Bag 3 first, right? Cosmic, stop it. No. Can you imagine how mad people would be? All my organized audience members would just lose their ever-loving minds. Lots of Technic pieces. Minifig stuff. TIE Fighter pilot, it looks like. Does he have his legs? There's there. How's the video? How's the lighting? I thought it was a little bit dark in here today. I'm very interested to see if I switch my LEGO stream over to OBS Studio in the same way that I've switched my Satisfactory stream over to OBS Studio. I'm wondering if I'll get better video quality. Obviously light gray is going to be the majority of this. Little hand blaster for the Stormtrooper, or fighter pilot rather. Video lighting is good, thank you. You have the kind of tired where your body hurts. Yeah. I had the kind of tired yesterday on stream where I was trying to play Satisfactory and I was tired. And I just ended up doing like railway placing because I couldn't crunch numbers. I just couldn't wrap my head around what I needed to do in that game. I did a little bit of spreadsheet stuff this morning, so I now know what I need to do in Satisfactory. The question is, where? That's the big decision. Yeah, I've been there where in school I remember being super tired. Like university, long nights studying for exams. And I went to school for arts. There was a lot of like physical production that had to happen, and so that would tire you out for sure. Alright, looks like we got a few of these. That in there, shouldn't I? Only one of those? That's interesting. Yeah, it's weird. I was talking to somebody today about weekends, and I don't really get weekends. I mean, I take them when I can for like hiking and stuff, but a lot of the time I don't do much for weekends. Weekends are just such a prime time for streaming, right? Actually, speaking of, I should mention that my stream on Sunday, this coming Sunday, the 14th, will either be very late or not happen at all. My sister and myself and my brother-in-law are all traveling down to the valley to visit with my mom. So I don't know what time we're going to be back in town, but I'm probably just going to say there likely won't be a stream, and if I get one, great, it'll be a bonus, but if not, then there just won't be one. Well, pancakes, yeah. I mean, I guess I should say that I don't work like on a weekend in the same way that somebody that has like a retail job or somebody that works like a job like a paramedic or a firefighter or something like that would work a weekend. I work half days. Like I do streams from 1 to 4 roughly, longer if the weather is crappy, and then after that I have free reign in the morning and I have, you know, free reign in the evening. But then like you combine that with like I like to barbecue, I like to cook, I like to slow roast things. So like if I'm finished podcasting or streaming at 4, I'm probably cooking until 7, you know? So like that's my whole day can very often be spent doing just a couple of different things. And plus, now that the weather is nicer and it's springtime, I'm going to the market on Saturday mornings. I mean, I do that at 8 o'clock, so like I still have the whole morning to myself. It's not like not terrible. I'm almost to the point where I can eat outside on Saturday mornings. Steven ESC, a 6-month gift subscription courtesy of Cosmic Dancer, has entered the final month. Cue dramatic trombone. Thanks, Steven. Long time no see. For folks that don't know, Steven and I work out together, so I saw him this morning. And his son. I don't remember which one's which. Firepith or Frostburn? I want to say Firepith. Unless they've changed it. Cosmic or Steven can correct me. They've been in my stream chat from time to time. Firepith, okay. Does your oldest still go by Frostburn? Or have they changed that? I feel like I've gone a little crooked. Firepith, cool. Sorry, Frostburn, right? Frostburn, Firepith. I knew both the names. I just couldn't remember which was which. A lot of plates in this set, which is good because I usually prefer my Lego models to have a good amount of plate finish over the stud finishes. So this is probably going to look pretty good. I mean, the image on the box looks good. I looked at a while ago when they released the Ultimate Collector Series TIE Fighter, and I didn't like the look of it. I didn't think it looked like the things that we saw in the movies. It might be just because they're black fighters in space and you just generally don't see them in any kind of great detail. But yeah, I didn't find that the UCS TIE Fighter didn't make me jump and want to get it anyway. Back when it came out, I wasn't that into Lego anyway. Oh, seasonal allergies, aren't they fun? Sorry, I realized I just kind of sniffed near the mic. Well, that worked out. We need to work on your definition of fun. I spent the best part of 2 weeks wondering if I can live without a face thanks to allergies. Yeah, I've always had issues, and I know I've mentioned on stream and podcasts before that I live in a building that allows cats, but not dogs. I'm a dog person. My neighbors are cat people. And every apartment in this building has a cat. They're supposed to only have one, but the building does not seem to want to enforce the rules, and so several neighbors have more than one cat. And I can feel the difference. Like, for example, when I mentioned that I'm going down to my mom's, on Sunday. It's outside the city. They have a heat pump and a filter. I will be breathing way better down there, despite seasonal allergies, despite like hay fever and springtime and all that kind of stuff. In the country, sometimes that can be worse. But I find that when I go down to Mom's, like I'm in much better shape. I feel a lot better when I'm down there. One of the things I look for when I'm, you know, house hunting or learning about buying real estate and stuff like that is I'm looking for, you know, heat pumps, air systems. If they're not already there, I'm looking for something that's easily convertible, because my sister also has, I think, 2 heat pumps. And I notice even in the city, like at her place, it's nicer breathing too. And obviously neither my mother nor my sister have any cats. We never had cats growing up. Cats. We had a budgie, which I know there are bird people out there, but like, bird was a terrible pet. I didn't enjoy it at all. Put those there for now. Oh, there's more over here. Whoops. I'm not sure how I got those separated. Normally I put the colors together. This presentation is so tidy compared to your LEGO streams. I may or may not have made fun of you behind your back. Cosmic say nothing. You've got the cool digital version of the instructions though. I think your instructions are better than mine. And I haven't checked. I need to see like what the video clarity is on yours, because I find that this has got a soft focus and I cannot seem to figure it out. Even the Twitch VODs, which are usually pretty good quality, just seems like it's a soft focus. I probably just haven't got the right lens on the camera, but I haven't taken the time to research and figure out what the cost of a lens would be and whether it's in my budget, all that kind of stuff. A couple of these have studs and a couple of these don't. These are all the same, probably. Oh, 15. There's a lot of these. I wonder where they go. They're probably like different little spacers or like inset detail. There was definitely a lot of that in the Shuttle Discovery. feel like there was a lot of that in Optimus Prime, too. Your camera is way higher quality than mine can go. I have to build stream on my computer desks in the space right in front of my monitor so I wouldn't have the space to actually do this. Have you seen my setup since I've got the new camera? Because this is all right above my desk. I mean, I have a separate table, but you could do something similar. I've got the Elgato multi-arm, which is kind of pricey for an arm. There are cheaper options, but I was happy with a lot of the Elgato stuff that I already had, so I went with it. You know what? We're just going to keep on going across. Seems like there's quite a lot of Technic pieces. I'm sure that's how the wings, the solar panels attach. I feel like that's how the wings attached on something else that I have too. I like that the TIE Fighter pilot has got angry face. These little things are always so finicky. Big hands, small pieces, you know the drill. Blast Jordan 563, hello, welcome in. Thanks for saying hi. And appreciate the follow as well. All right, bag one. I like that the instruction booklet is in really good shape. Sometimes we've had mixed results. So we're just building the main hull. Wow. Start off with the pilot. I always really liked the minifig building when I was a kid. I had a set. Well, I shouldn't say had. I still have a set in my storage room that was the Lego Castle stuff. And building the little guys with like spears and pointy helmets and stuff was really cool. He's got an angry face. I'm not sure if you can see that on screen. Should autofocus, but like he's scowling. And the helmet is awesome. And they really do look that goofy and big in the film too. The TIE Fighter helmets are massive. It always makes the actors that were in the helmets look like they had no shoulders. Just huge helmets. My guess is that the TIE Fighter cockpit isn't pressurized, would be my guess. Although X-Wings are, so who knows? Over here. All right, step 1. Done. These 2 pieces here. And one of these looks like. I say this is probably where the pilot sits. Usually when you see little L shapes like this, it's pilot related stuff. Or minifig related stuff. Oh, these are the launchers. They are symmetrical, right? I remember that now. This set reminds me of one that I previously owned, basically the same structure, just a lot bigger. Great to fun assemble everything and seeing the finished result. Blast Jordan, was that the Ultimate Collector series? Probably like 1,800 pieces or more. We were talking about that just before you got here. On the topic of Lego, any Bionicles fans in the stream? I never get into the Bionicle stuff. That came out after I was out of Lego as a kid by the time Bionicles came around. I thought they looked cool. The stuff that I've seen with Bionicles that's really neat is when you see someone in the Lego sphere that does their own builds, like mock builds, and they use Bionicle pieces for all kinds of cool, interesting things that they were never really intended for. That I find really interesting. Got 2 of these. Interesting little detail. I'm pretty sure that this is the front going this way. Cosmic Dancer gifting a sub to Blast Jordan. Is that a pun on Flash Jordan? Blast, you can connect your Discord and Twitch accounts if you have not already, and now you have access to the Joel Duggan Discord for the next month. There's a Lego channel. There's channels for Minecraft, Satisfactory, books, cooking, all kinds of fun stuff. Welcome in. Welcome in. Alright, I don't want to skip this part. 8 of these little things. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, stack them on top of one another and then add them in these little corners. Come hang out with us. We don't bite much, says Kel. There might be a lot of biting in the Food Driven Human channel. All right, 2 of these with no studs, and these 2 here. How's the audio, by the way? I'm trying to find a good position for the mic that is not like in my way, but is still close enough for me that it doesn't sound like I'm distant. I've had that comment before on Lego streams that sometimes I sound like I'm a little bit far away. Audio sounds good? Cool. It's closer to me, but it's off to the side a bit. I'm trying to like lean into it a little bit when I talk. Right, that's that. Very industrial looking. Which makes sense. Ah, here we go with the Technic pieces. That gets set aside. They go in each side. Depends on how hungry we are from all the food talk. Yeah, that's right. That's my superpower. I make people hungry. I normally do these one at a time, but I find it repetitive, so I thought I'd try building each piece at the same time. I don't know why it never dawned on me to do it this way. It gets attached like that. Secure everything in place. Oh, is that the wrong thing? Oh, flip it upside down. Imagine if that was your superpower. I'm a crime-fighting pancake man. I've often thought that would be a really funny merch shirt to have, like, what looks like a superhero crest. Like, imagine like Superman, but instead of an S inside of a crest, it's just a stack of pancakes. I feel like I should probably get on a stack of pancakes for my emoji set too. See, that's really cool looking with all the plates. Putting that all outside like that. I like that. That's starting to feel like a spaceship. Up like that. We're on to some more next. You're trying to tell me that a good stack of pancakes can't prevent murder? I guess it depends. Depends on the murderer, I guess. I do think that would be very funny though, as like a movie gag. Get some like giant cave troll chasing somebody, and then comes around the corner into like an IHOP or something, or a Smitty's Pancake House, and just stops dead in his tracks, loses all aggression, and just kind of goes, "Oh, pancakes." I think I will. Interesting. So yeah, this definitely feels like the back. Now we need this T. I find these really interesting. I wouldn't mind trying a Technic build, but like I can never really find one that I like. They don't always look the best finished. I think the kind of Technic stuff that I would like to do would be some sort of like great ball machine, or something that like a kinetic sculpture. There's a guy, JK Brickworks, on Instagram. I'm not sure if any of the mods have that link, but I think I've linked in the Lego channel on Discord, on my Discord before. But his kinetic sculptures are so fun. All right, now this is supposed to go in here. Yep, like a glove. I was right about the stacking of those little round pieces. They give like a nice little, I'm not sure if you can see it on camera. They give like a nice little detail. Nice little detail along the bottom there. Oops. I'm going to make these. This I might want to make one at a time, just because they look like they are mirrors of one another. Goes on the top like that. The red goes on the inside. And then there's another plate around. Steven, do you get like this when you're doing them? Like trying to twist things so that they line up? I get really focused on it. The stud goes on the outside. This attaches here. That is too tall. What did I do wrong? Oh, I got the steps mixed up. That's all it is. Right. Okay. Sorted. Stud goes on the outside. Take it easy, Dan. Thanks for the lurk. Appreciate it. Goes like that. I guess these are the engines? That was one thing about the UCS TIE Fighter, is that it's the engines I thought looked good. Might not be quite as wide-reaching as a good cup of coffee, but a very close second place. You mean pancakes? I think I would rather pancakes than coffee. You're always twisting the single pieces? Nice. Yeah, I do the same. Sorry, if you're lurking, Steven, I don't feel the need to like stop what you're doing and pop by and comment. I know that you're busy. Cosmic will just answer for you. Which may or may not work out for you. I mean, depending mood, Cosmic could answer truthfully, or they could just make stuff up. This is really solid. It feels really sturdy. Oh, nice. And then this. I wonder what the point of that was then. Huh. Curious. There must be something else that has to hook in there. Unless it's just there for looks. But generally, Technic stuff has a function. Make sure I didn't miss a step. McScrewgunn, hello, hello. You missed a couple of good falls in Satisfactory yesterday. Walked straight off a ledge. Just instant down. No deaths. Some slight fall damage, but like definitely gave me a wobble, we'll say. You were work lurking. Oh, you missed it then. Well, thanks for the lurk either way. Makes note to go back and clip the falls for Satisfactory. Those are long streams, especially on Wednesdays. Wait a minute, I streamed yesterday too, so that was yesterday, so that was only a shorter Satisfactory stream. I don't actually know how long the stream was yesterday. Total, I think it was 5 hours, but I don't remember how long I was streaming Minecraft. So this is a neat way to put these on. I think this is kind of cool. Kind of helps create that orb shape, which I guess for this is going to be like octagonal. I'm not even sure what that's called. An octagonal sphere? There's probably a name. The octosphere just sounds like a Bond villain lair. So I guess I got ahead of myself. I did 2 of those. And then 1 here. Flip it over, do the same thing. Some solid details. You had to lurk for most of Satisfactory, so you're not sure. Was 2 hours in Minecraft? Okay. So then Satisfactory was at least 2.5. I find it very difficult to get anything done in Satisfactory in a short stream. And that's okay, because I find that Satisfactory is a game where mentally I am prepared to do less than I am in Minecraft. This is cool. I'm assuming it's maybe like the top and the back. Do. Something else that I noticed about this immediately. No stickers in the box. There's 1 printed piece, 2 printed pieces. That's it. I love it. That goes on like that. And then this connects to the back somehow. Oh, it sticks right on. Here we go. Yeah, like these are supposed to be, I think, the twin ion engines of the TIE Fighter. I really should like take 5 minutes before I start these Star Wars ship builds and like look up a little Wikipedia information about them and just kind of like get like one of those cool exploded illustration views of what's what, because those are always really neat. A lot of nerdy stuff. So we're facing this way now. There's lots of little red lights inside the cockpit, which is cool. I bet you this would look really neat if it has an LED kit. Because it's not very big, so the LED kit would be really small. I haven't looked. Whenever I look for LED kits, they're always on like LEGO Ideas or big collector sets. You know, Optimus Prime, stuff like that. I've not looked to see if there's a big price difference for doing like LED kits on the little builds. There must be smaller kits because I see people put LEDs in their LEGO cities all the time. Like a LEGO train with lights in it, that kind of stuff. Create some arcs across the top. I don't remember. There was a spot, there was a moment in The Force Awakens when Finn and Poe Dameron jump in a TIE Fighter and escape. I don't remember how they got into it. Did they jump in the front of it? Did they climb through the top? Does anybody remember? No stickers in the TIE Bomber either. Just a little box for Darth's cape. That's awesome, McScrewgunn. How was that build? Did you enjoy that? I saw the pictures on Discord. I keep on meaning to look up like a custom mat that I could get. I don't think I'd want a green one, but I wonder if they'd come in like this color gray with like white lines and stuff. If it's too high contrast, it might be too noisy. But if it was subtle, that would be great. Right, that's that step done. And then more of these. These two and these two. They really fill out the shape of this at such a small scale. That's those two steps. And then we're on to this part. Building it was cool. It's larger than I would have thought. It was oddly asymmetrical for a symmetrical result. The two pods have very different functions, so they are constructed differently, even though the end result is visually similar. That's really cool, because that makes it not as repetitive as you're building it, right? I like it when LEGO does that. I feel like Optimus's arms were visually the same, but built differently. I mean, you had to reverse them for like, you know, left arm and right arm. But there was also just different stuff happening in Optimus, you know? Meaner, hello, welcome in. That goes that way. Make sure it's straight. Nice. So this goes on here. This is the top. Like that. And then, of course, the iconic TIE Fighter visor? What are these called? Canopy. I guess on the X-Wing it would be the canopy. I'm not sure what you would call it. Front shield on a TIE Fighter? Cockpit complete. Spare pieces. I guess we should put the pilot in. I guess he doesn't necessarily need his gun, but I don't want to lose it, so we're going to let him hold it. That might not work. No, it doesn't close. Alright, we'll leave him out for now. I've got a little bin for like extra pieces for Lego. I'll put that in there later. That's very cool. I like the red details inside. That's pretty fun. I like the console bits there. I think that's like the targeting computers and stuff. Doing well, thanks, Meaner. Thanks for coming by. All right. That is the end of the first bag and just about my first hour. And Cosmic says, time for a break. Well played. I see what you did there. So we're going to start off with bag 2. Spoiler, it's going to be a wing when we come back. If you're new to the stream, I take a break once an hour. It is that time. I need to scooch and fill my coffee cup. And you should too. Grab a friend, grab a break. And Meaner, subscribe to Tier 1. My goodness. Welcome in. Thanks very much for the sub. If you missed the spiel earlier, you can join the Discord by connecting your Discord and your Twitch accounts. You should be able to find the Joel Duggan Discord under your Discord connection options. And sometimes it takes a little while, but Twitch has been pretty good lately, so you should be able to gain access in the next 15 to 20 minutes. Or right away, I don't know. But you'll have access today for sure. Thanks so much. Thank you so much. Cool. I'll be right back, friends. All right, on to bag 2. For anybody that's new in the chat today, I feel like there's a couple of new folks. How did you find the channel? Did you find us through the Spawn Chunks, through the Citadel Cafe podcast, just browsing here on Twitch, looking for Lego? Because we normally stream Minecraft or Satisfactory. Page 30. Yeah, my table is crooked. I must have bumped it somehow. I think it's cool how they give you a minifig in each bag, too. There's the head. Now there's a custom piece if I've ever seen one. Wow. Never seen those before. I sneezed and I pressed a button and here I was. Clever. Mini packs. Well, I'll take it. I'll take it. Stora, hello. How are you? Cosmic also stumbled in randomly. Yeah. Browsing Lego on Twitch, but I only look for Lego Star Wars streams. Oh, okay, Meaner. Right on. Well, we have a fair amount. The other Star Wars set I have is the Leia Bosch helmet from Return of the Jedi. I think that's next. I think that's what I'm doing after this. Not today, but like the next set in line. Yeah, I definitely have my table crooked. If that, it looks straight to me, it's not straight on camera. There we go. A little bit better. Or perhaps more accurately, maybe I bumped the camera. Pixaref sent you over on a raid, so you can both thank or blame him in equal parts for my presence. Well played. Well played. Oh, you came over from a raid 2 blast? That's cool. But Pixaref's raided that too. Oh, there's quite a few of these. Some of the music on this playlist is a little odd. What's my favorite LEGO theme? I would own the most Star Wars. But it's not, I don't know if it's necessarily my favorite theme. I think it's more like I like all LEGO, but because I'm a Star Wars fan, most of the time, or at least early starting out, Star Wars LEGO was the only LEGO I'd let myself buy. Otherwise, I would be tempted to buy all kinds of stuff. So I stick to the Star Wars theme just because I think it limits my kind of purchasing. But that's changed a little bit lately. I like some of the... I really like the one-off collector... Maybe it's the collector series, or what do they call them? What would you put, like, the DeLorean and Optimus Prime and Creator Expert, I guess is what they're called? I think that's probably my favorite line. It's not really a theme, it's more like a line that they have, because the themes vary from set to set. Yeah, I think the Creator Expert ones are my favorites. I do like the Star Wars ones, but I don't have a lot of the Ultimate Collector Star Wars. I only really have a lot of the minifig scale, like this kind of size builds. So, I mean, they're cool. Don't get me wrong. Very cool. Now, how am I going to fill that little gap? Didn't really work. Try these. And now you know why it takes me so long to do anything in Satisfactory. I find too when I do the knolling, it gives me like a visual memory of I've seen this piece, I've touched this piece, I know roughly where I placed it, so when I go to grab it I kind of remember where I put it. All right. Enough of that. Stop it. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. There are definitely days when I question my choices to null out the pieces like this. Dan, welcome back. I don't know how I'm going to do this part. All right. There's always one more. There's always one. It's out somewhere. One of the things I was doing earlier, I was doing a little bit of research, not necessarily looking ahead, but looking at some of the alternate recipes. Just trying to figure out like what would be the best way to go about creating like some permanent concrete factories. And I know I want to do like a big concrete factory like outside of Devastator, but I need to be able to make some concrete in Devastator at the same time. But refineries are just so big. So I'm not sure. It's a big power draw too, but like, I guess at this point, I shouldn't be overly concerned with power consumption. We have so much in that game now. About 4 of each, it looks like. It's funny how you'll put small pieces close together, but then when you go and do bigger pieces, you're just like, wow, they feel really tight. I wonder if anybody like at LEGO, I wonder if the designers bother with this kind of stuff. Probably not. I imagine it's mostly small bins in front of you as you're working. Well, I mean, I'm sure most of the designing happens digitally, but then the physical prototyping would have to happen at some point. Got 3 of these. And 2 of these. I find a lot of the knolling stuff is just like recognizing patterns. All right, so we got some hinge pieces. And claw pieces. Oh, there are 3 of each. Nope, there's 4. That one. Again, a nice little piece that's pre-printed. We don't have to worry about the sticker for. I always find them so tricky, and it's really frustrating when you don't get them right or you don't get them exactly how you want them. Because it's difficult to redo them because they curl once you pull them off. Apparently it's quite easy to pick up more. Like if you did a sticker wrong or a sticker got ripped or something in the process, then you can just order more from LEGO. I didn't realize that. I thought I was missing a piece a while ago for a set, but I ended up finding it in one of the bags. Bag 2! Jordan, no worries. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good one. Ewok Village or Betrayal at Cloud City. Ewok Village or Betrayal at Cloud City. I'd have to see them. You've got a sub, Meaner. You should be able to throw the links to those from lego.ca or lego.com. Toss those in chat. I've seen them, I'm sure. I don't generally do like the staged kind of like play arenas, whatever they're called. Dioramas. Starting off with the great big piece. And so it begins. I guess the thing about this is that we're going to have to do this twice. It's the only thing about the starships. Of these. You're leading Ewoks mini packs because they're so floofy. That's a great moment in Despicable Me. I didn't really like the other ones, but I liked the first Despicable Me. Although I think I watched the Minions movie and thought that was pretty funny. In a surprising way. But it's just gibberish most of the time. Not sure if you saw this question, but I'm interested to have your thoughts. I must have missed it. June first half of the year, does it expand? It doesn't. Cosmic, since we're heading towards June and the first half of the year being over, do you have any plans mapped out for the second half of the year, podcast, stream, and anything else? I would like to do more consistent stuff with the Citadel Cafe. I've recorded 3 episodes. One of them is half edited. The other 2 are coming. So for clarity, especially if anybody here is a member of the Citadel Cafe Patreon page, the way that the Patreon page works is that you're only charged if there is an episode published. So nobody was charged in April because while I recorded, I didn't actually publish anything. So with that, I'd like to have a more consistent Citadel Cafe. It's just become quite challenging from a time perspective, as well as just finding co-hosts for 4 weeks of the month. So I'd like to do a minimum of 2 a month, but I feel like I should be able to find the time to do 4. I could just have to get off my butt and start doing solo episodes of the Citadel Cafe. That's a possibility as well. As far as streaming goes, like, I don't see much changing. We're back into Satisfactory. It's only in May, so we'll be into Satisfactory probably for a little bit, would be my guess. As far as stream stuff goes, this goes right in the middle. Flat pieces along the side. Imagine elk would be good on something like TCC. Oh, Elkhorn? Yeah, Mighty Elkhorn. I've actually reached out to, I'll keep it a secret for now, but I've reached out to somebody new to pop on the Citadel Cafe. I have just not been organized enough to arrange a date with them, but I'd like to see where that could go. And that could be fun. And could potentially, depending on their interest, you know, could also solve my scheduling problem. So there are plans in the works. It's just slow going. I also feel like, you know, I look at everything, as much as I like the Citadel Cafe, it's my passion project. It's my 10-plus-year-old podcast, 11 years old now. And while I really like it, compared to streaming, compared to other things, it doesn't brings in some revenue, but not the same as streaming. So when I'm stuck on the Citadel Cafe and then I'm looking at potentially increasing my streaming, which I've done since the 1st of March, I've streamed 6 days a week. I did March, I did April too. I don't remember if I missed anything in April. I don't think I did. But yeah, I've done 6 days a week. And sometimes 2 streams on those days. Not 2 streams, but like 2 games, you know, like doubleheader, Minecraft for 2 hours and a bit, and then Satisfactory for 2 or 3 hours. So that only works with like a game like Satisfactory where you can kind of like slow down a bit. Are people up for some Satisfactory today, by the way? After the Lego? Does that answer your question, Cosmic? Feel free to, for folks that have questions, I can get kind of zoned in sometimes on the Lego, especially when I'm knowing things out. So mini packs, thank you very much for pointing out the question. But for anybody that's been here for any length of time, you've got channel points. And if you've got a question, feel free to use your channel points to highlight that question. There's not really anything else I use channel points for. I don't do sound effects. I don't do interruptive stuff on my streams. So if you've got channel points, feel free when you ask a question to highlight it, because I definitely see it. I see that more frequently. I think an example of that is like Cosmic highlights the break messages, like, hey, you're at an hour, you're at 2 hours, you should take a break. Again, so I see them and I don't miss them. Winston, exactly like that. See, I saw it right away. It comes out of the corner of my eye and I see the highlight. I think the other thing too is that when chat is scrolling by, the community is so friendly. Sometimes the community can be talking to one another and not necessarily talking to me or asking me a question. And so with highlighted messages, I know for sure it's for me, right? Meadow, as long as you're still awake. Is it getting late there for you? What time is it for you, Meadow? I will never highlight my own question, Joel. I will highlight others if you miss someone else's question, but never my own. But your own question was a good question. All right, all other mods on the channel, if I miss Cosmic's question, please feel free to highlight it. Rack I am. Hello, welcome in. You send the sets in the Discord chat. Cool. I'll check them on break. $19.35. Joel does math. $7.35. Oh yeah, that's not late. You're just tired. That was me yesterday. I was getting ready. I was doing some stuff on the computer last night at like 9 o'clock, and I was like, nope, I'm done. I cannot think. I'm not using my brain. So I was getting ready for bed 9:30 or 10 o'clock last night. But I mean, I also had to get up this morning at 6:30 to go to the gym. So when I know that's coming, it's almost like I get more tired. And I've also made the mistake of staying up a little bit too late before I'm supposed to go to the gym the next day. You get lost in watching a YouTube video on your Xbox or playing a video game or something like that. Next thing you know, you're like, oh crap. Well, that is a decent size solar wing. I feel like that was one of the big differences with the UCS version of this, is that it the wings proportioned to the cockpit were much larger. And I don't know if they were angled. Can't remember. I think what Cosmic Dancer usually does is copy and paste the message and then say, hey, this was asked by so-and-so up above. The problem with the reply mini packs is that it doesn't show me the whole question, and it doesn't link me to the question either, so I have to scroll up and find it. Which is easy to do when I'm here on a LEGO Let's Chat, because my iPad is like right up here somewhere. And it's right in front of me. But on a normal stream, I've got to like tab out of Minecraft or tab out of Satisfactory and then move into the OBS stuff, and then yeah, it's a little tricky sometimes. It's better now that Twitch and like my Twitch chat and stuff are in OBS Studio. I'm gradually making the switch to OBS Studio, I think. I feel like the Satisfactory streams are better. I feel like my computer is under less stress. All right, 2 in the middle, those 2 on the sides. Good. And then 2 of these. And we have to do that again. Had I known, oh, they did say that. Wasn't sure the best way to do it. I just gave it a punt. Nice. I haven't used that. I haven't used that phrase in a long time. That's awesome. I used to work out with the football team in university. A lot of football lingo. Or I guess rugby too. The mighty Elkhorn is here. How's it going, Elkhorn? I like the use of these rail pieces for detail. It's really cool. Is that the whole thing? That's the whole thing. So then this gets attached in this section here. Oh, I see. It goes underneath. Oh, cool. That's really clever. Oh, I missed the flat pieces. This is a really good example of, like, it's a lot of studs, but there's a decent amount of panels, like plates and stuff, and it really kind of offsets. And plus, like, this is supposed to be like a solar panel, so I feel like having these dots, these studs, really help that look. Let's have that way. Looks like these go right in the middle. I won't spoil anything for anybody, but if you watched Andor, then you'll have an appreciation for this part of the build. And I highly recommend you watch Andor. It was a great series. Season 2 coming in 2024, I think. Sorry to hear your week has been a little bit on the downside, Elkhorn. Glad things are on the upswing, though. 4 of these, wow. Lots of little detail. That's a cool way to get some overlap. No, not much wiggle room. It's in odd angles too, like they're not in line with the rest of the studs. It's cool. And like slightly off angles. Connects from there to there. That's really cool. For those that were waiting for it, there's your satisfying click of the day. I found that I haven't really been having those lately. I think this is 3 and a 2. Like the 2 goes there. And the 3 goes here. But we still have the edges to put together. That's cool. Lip. You thought you had just gone quiet, but you muted the stream. Yeah, there are moments during streams where I will definitely be a little bit quiet, especially with Lego, because it's in something like Satisfactory or Minecraft, it's easy to kind of keep on narrating what you're doing. But with Lego, I find sometimes I kind of have to just stop and put a piece together. But it's quite funny because a quiet stream for me is seldom. It's not an accident that I now talk for a living. Oh wow, lots of detail. For these and these. Let's go with the top. It's funny, you don't see this detail when you look at the box art. I really like it when they do stuff like this though, using like these other little pieces from Lego that are just kind of like being layered on top for things. The little doodads, and I can't remember, there's a technical term in movie model making for that stuff, and I can't remember what it's called right now. That's symmetrical, so we should be good. I'm a little surprised this isn't black. I was probably supposed to put the droid together first. It's not quite laying flat anymore, so it's a little tricky. The lack of music should have tipped you off. Is the music volume okay? It's probably still loud from Satisfactory. All right, now this goes this way. Again, I like that it's a 4-stud attachment, so you can't, it's not twisted, like it has to go that way. I think I have that wrong. There we go. The piece is printed a little bit crooked, but sure. Zooming. That's up and down. It should be symmetrical otherwise. More snaps. Music volume is good. Cool. Thank you for the feedback. Make 2 of those. This is probably the end of this side. With very few pieces to spare. Now these are a little bit, I thought that was bent for a second, but it's just because it's a ball joint. These things always straighten out once you put them on. I really like this kind of stuff in Lego when they use their hinges and things to make angles that wouldn't otherwise be possible with the pieces. It's a really interesting way to create some shapes in Lego that you wouldn't be able to get otherwise. Don't forget to do the droid. He's got a very small head. Very, very mantis looking. All right, I think just so this lays flat, I'm gonna wait and I'll attach the wings at the end. Very cool. Is it the droid we're looking for? I don't know. I think it's a Imperial like death droid. So no, I wouldn't want to run into him. Cool. Well, we're a tad early for my next break, but I think I'm going to take it just because we are in between bags. And if you're new to the channel, I take a break once an hour. Usually encourage you to do the same. Stand up, grab a stretch, grab a snack, maybe grab a friend. We're trying to expand the channel, trying to grow the audience. So if you know someone that likes Lego, if you know someone that likes Satisfactory, I think I will probably transition to Satisfactory after we finish this set. But by all means, let your friends know. And we'll be back in about 5 or 6 minutes. Oh Boo, welcome back, and Hunter555, good to see you. And thank you again for the gift of the TIE Fighter. Bag of 3. Page 55. It's funny how small his head is and how much shorter it makes him look. The droid. NIL8 is the droid. We got the blaster bolts in this one. That means business. Stormtrooper sticks out like a sore thumb. Does he have a head? There it is. We're just going to build him now. Get it out of the way. He also has the frowny face. I think that would be a really interesting Easter egg if you were doing like a Lego Star Wars like diorama. You've seen like big dioramas of like the big Death Star hangar bay and stuff like that at Lego conventions. It'd be really funny if underneath the Stormtrooper helmets are all kind of like goofy faces, you know, people crossing their eyes and sticking their tongues out, stuff like that. I think that would be funny. No one would know. Only the people that made it. My buddy Chad actually is custom painting minifigs. He got third-party minifigs, like not official Lego minifigs, but like from a separate seller, and he's painting them like Lost Kingdom characters. Really cool idea. So it's sort of the same way that people paint like Warhammer miniatures, right? A bit of deja vu. Might try something a little different, just for fun. Now this reminds me of Satisfactory. All the angled wall pieces that you have to kind of puzzle together. Actually, I always find it interesting how when you lay out Lego like this, with spaces in between, you'll still have a piece that will like line up precisely the way that it should. It's interesting. better this way. I find the knolling part of everything goes a lot faster and a lot easier when there are some big pieces. It doesn't have to be all big pieces, but when there are some, I find it does speed things up. It kind of like gives you your square layout or your rectangle layout a lot faster. And all of a sudden we're down to the small bits. Never been able to keep my hands steady when doing fine tasks like painting minifigs, which my bank account is probably grateful for. Yeah, I'm too much of a perfectionist and I'm not much of a painter, so I don't think I would enjoy the minifig thing. And it's the same thing, like I don't play the tabletop game. If I played the tabletop game, I could see myself getting into it. But if I was just painting them for the display of it, can't say that would be my thing. Plus there's just so much gear and cost, and I already spend a lot of time kind of looking at a screen. Hunched over a small minifig table just seems like a bad, uncomfortable way to do a hobby. I mean, not that my seating arrangement right now in my studio is fantastic, but at least if I'm playing Xbox games or something, like I'm on the couch or, you know, a little bit more flexible that way. Which I really haven't done much of. What are people playing on their Xbox these days? Anything good? Is anybody playing the new Star Wars Jedi Survivor? I've heard mixed reviews, but I don't know enough of... I don't watch a lot of review, like game reviews, so I don't know whether the people that I've seen are just like always grumpy about Star Wars stuff, or whether they actually have decent, well-rounded reviews. I've not watched any long videos. I've only ever seen like tweets and TikTok videos and stuff like that. And then there's the people that really like it, but the people that really like it seem to really like everything. And I'm definitely not that kind of gamer. I definitely have limits, criteria on what I like and don't like. 1 frame per second, Winston. Satisfactory? I don't have a fantastic gaming PC, but it's certainly around the minimum or slightly above the minimum specs for satisfactory. It's not below, but plays okay for me. I mean, not if I have everything cranked to ultra, but I don't know if anybody has the ability to do that with satisfactory. Probably gonna have to turn these around. My own sanity. Sometimes it just works out a little bit wonky. I like that the Stormtrooper has like a full rifle and that the fighter pilot has like a hand pistol. Typed that when you were talking about Star Wars, I wasn't talking your system. So I know you weren't bashing my system, but what? Oh, you're talking about the Star Wars game. You're saying that Star Wars Survivor has a low frame rate? Is that what you're saying? It's usually best to kind of throw context in with your comments so I know what you're talking about. So apparently Jedi Survivor has like a pretty low frame rate. If I was to play it, I wouldn't play it on PC. I'd be playing on Xbox. So it should be. If I bought a game on Xbox and it had a poor frame rate, I'd be mad. I would be expecting it to be optimized for the very good hardware that's in Xbox. I have an Xbox Series X for people wondering. And much to my kind of frustration, I tend to use it mostly for like a media hub. I don't game on it as often as you'd think, but I guess that probably comes part and parcel with gaming for a job. Or for most of my job. I'm not complaining. I just noticed that, you know, it's the same thing. When I was a full-time artist, I drew very little for myself. Because you spend all your day drawing for other people, sometimes for yourself, for like projects like, you know, merch and things like that. But you very seldom did I draw for myself for fun because I was drawing all day. No complaints, but I noticed that the hobby part of it kind of subsided. And I think that's one of the reasons why I decided to make Minecraft part of my job, is because I could feel how much time that I was spending enjoying playing Minecraft. And I thought, you know, if this is going to be a thing that I want to spend this much time doing, I need to figure out a way that I can monetize it. Need to change the layout of your room, Meadow? Started considering a desk. You can switch between sitting and standing. I had a standing desk for a while. They're handy. I did not find at the time that I could draw standing up very well. I didn't enjoy that experience. But I could type email and stuff. So I did a lot of my admin with my standing desk, and then when it came to drawing, I would just move to something else. I did not have a adjustable one. I had two desks. I had a standing desk and I had a sitting desk. But at the time I was working off of a laptop. It was a MacBook Pro, so I was able to get just move the laptop, plug it in one place, and then plug it in another place. Podcasting standing up was great. I enjoyed that part of it. I think I had that upside down before. You're almost there. I don't know whether that was neater this time or last time. I feel like maybe this time got a little bit tidier. Not quite as solid of a square, but I think a little bit it helps knowing kind of where the pieces are going, having built one, you know. What did I say, 55? 55, Stormtrooper, together already. Sometimes I feel like I should wait before I start to build things. Like, do people want a moment to take in the display before I start building? Cosmic shakes the table. Two different height desks might be my solution in the end. Just thinking about having options to adjust the potentially standing one would be even better. IKEA has good standing desk options. Adjustable ones, as a matter of fact. And I think probably pretty affordable. Last time I checked. I've thought about it now that I no longer need to do like the drawing at my Cintiq anymore. And then this goes that way. Pro tip, if you've got big hands, just squish the pieces and let friction do the rest. Whoops. It's my version of shaking the table, Cosmic. Having stuff stick to me. So I imagine this will probably go together a little bit faster than the last one. Seeing as it is exactly the same from what I can tell. That part's done. You have an IKEA sit-stand desk and you love it. Did I know that, Steven? I feel like you were looking at it. I don't know if I knew that you bought it. When you were researching the sit-stand desks, did you find that the IKEA one was in a good price range? And actually right now is a good time to get them, because if you don't need it brand new, if you're okay with buying it secondhand, a lot of students are moving and just, rather than packing and moving stuff, they're just selling what they had. So you can get a lot of stuff on Facebook Marketplace. I should do that for a chair. I really need to get off my butt, pardon the pun, and get a new office chair. Or get a office chair. I've never had one that I like. I always end up returning them because they're really uncomfortable for me. That's a good hint to start lurking. Oh yeah, for sure. For looking at Facebook Marketplace. I don't buy much. I bought my camera, my mirrorless camera for this setup on Facebook Marketplace, and I got a very good price on it. Like, I think I saved between $400 and $500 compared to retail. It was very affordable and in very good condition. I don't know if I mentioned it before on stream, but the woman I bought it from was a hobby photographer, and then during the pandemic they ended up having a family, and she just didn't have time. She had all these dreams of taking photos of her kids and all that kind of stuff, and she just could not justify it. And then they wanted to get the kids into different programs, and she decided to sell the camera. So it was in fantastic shape, or is in fantastic shape. I've never moved it from above my desk. I could probably take it on hikes and take some really nice photos, but I haven't even learned how to use it that far. I only just learned how to use it in the context of streaming video. And even then, I still have a little bit of a soft focus issue, so I'm not sure how much I actually learned. Certainly have not gotten it all right. The panel grows. It was an okay price, $429. Nate, right, but you sold the desk that you had in order to, that's a good idea. I need to look at improving mine. My desks, they're desks. They're 6-foot board tables from Staples. They cost like $60, but they're sagging in the middle because of all the weight on them. They're not meant to hold all the computer equipment that I have. So I either need to reinforce it, or I need to buy some new ones that are sturdier. But my issue is that where I'm in an apartment and I'm looking to move in the future, I tend to just not want to spend a lot of money on stuff I'm just going to have to move later. It's like, if I ever get into a place that I own, or I shouldn't say if, when I get to a place that I own, that is when I will be investing in a really permanent studio setup. It's one of the fact that this is so temporary here. I say temporary. I've been in this place a long time, but because I don't want to live here much longer if I can help it. That's why I haven't invested a lot of time and energy and money into updating my studio. I update the technical parts, but I don't update a lot of the decor and things like that, just because like it doesn't seem to matter that much to me right now. But I would really, be really into designing a cool studio if I had like a permanent space, like a studio in a basement or a second bedroom in a house or something. Oh, right. Yeah. This is the cool. I like the way that these attach. I thought that was really neat that these go underneath after you attach these plates. They go underneath here and then they come in flush. I thought that was really cool. I do find sometimes when I'm building the second wing or the second piece of something where you have to build several, when they're big complicated parts you have to like double, I find I get ahead of myself. I start to feel, I start to just think I know what I'm doing, and I was like, I miss a step. So I'm trying to be careful. On to the midsection. Two of these. Normally they highlight them in red when it's like two of the same color going on a specific section. I wonder if that's just newer instructions versus older instructions. I hope I did that right. Happy to have it though. Spend 80 to 90% of the time sitting, but I love being able to stand for meetings. Yeah, I used to like standing for podcasting too. I think the other thing too is that like people get so hung up on like the cost of that kind of stuff, but then when you sit and think about how much time you spend working or gaming or drawing, or like whatever it is that you sit down to do as a hobby or as a job, like it's worth investing in something. I tried a while ago. I tried to buy Secret Labs. They have really fancy gaming chairs and they advertise them as ergonomical and they're not. And I was livid. I really felt misled by their advertising. So I returned it and I had to pay for the shipping, which pissed me off even more. The return shipping, returning the chair was fine, but they wouldn't pay for the shipping return. They wouldn't stand by their product guarantee, which really bugged me. So I'll never buy anything from them again. But I tried going fancy office chair and it just didn't work out. So I don't know, maybe I'll try to buy something from IKEA that's in like the more of a modest range. Because that Secret Labs chair was like 600 Canadian. And the fact that it was so bad, I was like, this is a complete racket. Like, didn't feel at all that it was worth the money. The upholstery was nice, but like if the chair is put together at an angle, that doesn't suit human seating, then like what's the point? Elkhorn, you have a standing desk as well? At work. Nice switch, yeah. Is yours adjustable? Or do you just stand at work? Meaner, welcome back. Yeah, this went together a heck of a lot faster than the first one. More cool little details. Starman, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Hope you're having a good Friday. Your Lego build as well, Starman. Very cool. Did you just find us searching Lego on Twitch? Or did you come in maybe from other podcasts and things that I do? Either way, welcome in. Meadow, you actually move a lot for your job. Kids tend to move, so I need to move as well, but going to take over more admin duties in the fall, so more desk time coming up. Ah, smart to get ahead of it. Smart to get ahead of it. I mean, there's very few things that are worse for you than sitting all day long. It sounds like you're going to have a good mix, so even if you do end up sitting, it doesn't sound like you're going to be sitting all day long, you know, like a lot of office people or artists and things. This goes straight through like that. And now we're on to the edges. The last bits. This was a really fun little build. I wonder why they've got dark brown pieces there. And I guess these are symmetrical, so it doesn't really matter which way they go. The brown pieces appear to be on the bottom part of the wing. When I look at the box art, these bits go down. Yeah, same thing. All right, assembly. So these 3 bits go in here. Oh, did I put this one together right? Yeah, I did. I think I did. Why is that having such a hard time? There we go. TIE Fighter. Very cool. So anybody that missed the start of it, the cockpit drops down, the lid opens up. There's a bunch of red lights and red targeting computer stuff inside, just like the real TIE Fighters. The movie TIE Fighters. TIE Fighters aren't real, Joel. And it's probably a good thing they're not. And then we've got a lot of detail on the sides. The namesake, the twin ion engines on the back. And of course, stands up quite well on its own. So that'll look good on the shelf next to my X-Wing. My little X-Wing. I have the new big X-Wing. That arrived yesterday. Very, very cool. Hunter555, thank you ever so much for sending this in. I really, really appreciate it. It's awesome. We'll go on my bookshelf in my living room. It is cool looking, Alcorn, I agree. Well, folks, that is where we're going to wrap up LEGO today. I'm going to continue to stream, though. I think we're going to switch over and play some Satisfactory. For folks that are new to this, I generally take a slightly longer break just because it gives me a chance to get up and stand up, as well as switch over the stream. The stream will end briefly. The broadcast will end because I want a separate VOD for Satisfactory from the LEGO Let's Chat. All of these LEGO Let's Chats are put on YouTube at Joel Duggan VODs on YouTube. You can watch them. They're usually in their own playlists. Both LEGO on its own, but then also each set has its own playlist. This will just have its own video because having a playlist for a one-off is not usually something that we do. But you can check that out there. If you'd like to support the stream, you can check out patreon.com/JoelDuggan, or of course, join here on Twitch. Both of those methods get you access to the Discord channel. That is where I hang out and let people know about what's coming up. Different schedule changes. Speaking of schedule changes, I did mention earlier that this Sunday, May 14th, I don't think there will be a stream. If there is, it'll be much later in the day because I am spending the day with my mom. So I'll be down in the valley here in Nova Scotia doing that. I don't imagine I'll be late, but depending on the day, I might just take the day off. There will be a new podcast coming out on Monday for the Spawn Chunks. I'm currently working on new podcasts for the Citadel Cafe, so those are coming soon. Again, more information about that coming in the Discord. Also need to talk to folks about the new Patreon changes that are happening this month, so keep an eye out for that. And if you're new and going to hang out for Satisfactory, welcome. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you in just a few minutes. And if this is your end, then have a good Friday. And we'll see you soon. Bye for now.